I am so proud of myself. I would like to thank all of the big people and all of the little people and the soil and the sun. You guys, this is the coolest thing ever. Hey everyone, welcome back to I Dream of Homestead. I'm Josephina and today we are in my produce aisles because we get to harvest garlic and I'm so excited. I planted these garlic back at the end of October and it was my very first time, so I read up on it the best that I could to try to figure out how it was that I needed to take care of these, and it seemed like it was a pretty hands-off kind of a thing because it doesn't really need a whole lot of water. Garlic doesn't like to stay wet from what I read, and so I just stuck them in the ground. And here in the fall and the winter it's pretty rainy, so I honestly only watered this 2 times in its whole lifetime. Once in the spring because it got dry, wasn't rain for a while, and then a second time because I gave it some fertilizer and I needed to water it in. So literally, aside from that, the only thing that has watered this has been rain. All of these are red softneck garlic, so I'm gonna start pulling these out of the ground and then I'm gonna leave them outside for maybe a day, possibly a couple more. I'm not exactly sure. From everything I'm reading, it's a little bit mixed on whether I should braid right away or if I should wait. So for sure, I'm gonna at least give it a full day before I do that. So I'm gonna start pulling all of these out. I'm so excited. Holy moly! This one is a big mama jamma. I'm just gonna pull away a layer here so that you guys can see it. Look at it, and you can see some of that red marking here. Oh my god! This is so exciting. So good. Okay, so here's something that did happen to a few that I am noticing. I put 1 clove in each hole, and again, this is my first time, so any of you who have grown garlic and know why this happens, let me know. But I planted 1, and in a few of them it split off into 3 separate garlic bulbs. So that one actually gave a decent sized one, considering how close it was grouped to the other ones. But let's see this one. See, look at this. It's a little baby. It's a little baby bunch because it was so close to all the other ones. So how does that happen? How did 1 garlic clove turn into 3 plants? This is so cool. I don't know if you guys can tell, but there are these little tiny green sprouts all over in between every single one of the garlic, and that's the cosmos I planted here last year. Those things just reseed all over the place. So if there is a flower that you want that need 0 work and leaves all the babies behind, cosmos. Holy crap, look at that Mama Juana. So I counted every single one that I pulled out, and in total there are 41 heads of garlic. You guys, that's so exciting. I am so excited about this. I was really unsure about how I was going to do with this. I was terrified that I was ignoring them too much, but I went with my gut on it, and I'm so glad I listened to myself because, I mean, look at this, guys. I'm just gonna sit here in all of my garlic riches and just enjoy the breeze and the fact that I grew 41 heads of garlic. I did leave 6 in the ground because my kids requested to be able to pull some out, so I left them 3 each. 4 of them came out like uber tiny, like this. Like there's maybe like 4 cloves in there total. And then 3 of them started splitting. My lovely garden manicure. 3 of them started splitting. The splitting isn't terrible. It's on this one and then 2 other ones somewhere here. So that was my biggest reason for wanting to pull them out already, was because I was afraid that these larger looking ones weren't going to do well. And I'm so glad I went ahead and listened to my gut instinct and pulled them out, because now I can sit in the glory of my 41 heads of garlic. I'm garlic rich. So now these are just gonna chill here, and then tomorrow I'll be back with braiding these. Just kidding. Good morning, guys. It is next day me. So last night after I finished up recording, I went inside and I decided that I was going to post in 2 of the gardening groups that I'm in to see what everyone's thoughts were on when I should braid these, because before harvesting I had been looking into when is the best time to braid these, whether that's right after or after curing, or right after harvesting. And I saw a lot of mixed things. Some things said to just wait 24 hours and then braid. Other things would tell me to wait a week or 2, and others would say wait several weeks until they were completely cured. So I asked on there, and in both groups I pretty much got all of the same answers. So I decided to make my own executive decision on this and go with my gut. And instead of doing this today, because if you look, a lot of these stalks are really big and some of these are smaller, and my fear is that because I live in such a humid state, like today it's 70% humidity, and it only gets worse from there. I decided that I'm going to take these inside into my laundry room and let them cure in there for a couple weeks, see where they're at, and just kind of watch. And once I'm in a place where they're not so moist in all of these leaves here, I'll go ahead and braid it, because I am scared that because of this humidity, if I braid them and that moisture is still in there, that they're gonna end up molding on me, and then I'm gonna lose all of this harvest. I was not expecting to get that many. I'm actually really proud of myself, guys. I keep saying that, but I'm just so excited. So when I planted these in October, it was just 2 heads of garlic. I pulled all the cloves apart and I picked the good ones out and I planted them. And I remember counting back then that it was 32, and somehow they multiplied. Next year, or not next year, this next fall, I am going to, if we're still living here or if we're still planning on living here for the next year, then I'm going to plant several more raised beds, because this is just 1 raised bed worth. And that raised bed is a 6 by 3. So if we're still here, because we're thinking about selling to get bigger property somewhere in South Carolina, if we are still planning to be here, then I will plant way more, and if not, we'll just see how things go. I'm so excited though, guys. I'm gonna make mojo pork and all of the delicious things with these. So thanks, guys, for hanging out with me today. Thank you for sitting in the garden with me while I pulled out a bunch of garlic. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, I hope that you're willing to hit that subscribe button and stick around with me for a while on my journey to becoming a homesteader. I'll see you in the next one.